this is the bad example of not to write a defect this way. Vitals management not working. What do you conclude from that? Nothing. Why it's not working, or what it's not working inside that? You need to be very specific while writing this. Vital, there is an error in blood pressure module or something. So let's say a blood pressure error verification. Let's say for the height, they have specifically asked you to enter into inches, but when the developers by mistake there is a spelling in the inch and it is not converting it into that properly, so you can say error in converting BMI in capture vital screen. Make more sense, right? Instead of just writing vital management not working, not working, and detected by some other QA engineer and assigned to project manager. Subject this, high severity is low or so medium. This is right, and this is in early, this will be in the new state, so it is been submitted. So you can see there are different stages of a defect, the one that we show, so they can track it later what state the defects are, which are open. Let me fix those first. What are the fixed by developer, so let me retest them.
Do you have to map that or anything? The defects?
Map that, I'm sorry.
The defects.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know for which test case it's for?
Yes, we will do that. Wait, just I'm coming to that. Yeah. So now we know that this defect is mapped to the test case here that we executed, or in patient management execution grid. We know that this one is failed, right? So now linked defect. So you can find the defect here. This is directly a link defect, or execution fail, and here you can directly write a defect. So let's say error in test case, error in creating patient with same patient first name. That's a very high priority. Assigned to project manager.
Yeah, this is very high because
Yeah,
most important stuff.
and the priority is urgent. It says submit. So now you see the assigned defect for these things. And if you want to exit, the existing defect need to be assigned, so you can directly say that. So it found the first defect also. You see, for the same protocol, for the same test case, I have so many defects are attached to that one. Attached, how many defect has been found for this protocol. Let's say for one module, 3 different testers has found so many other different defects. But if you still find the same defect, will you create a new, or you just modify this existing one? You modify the existing one, you don't create. So that's why for each protocol how many defects is already being logged, you can come to know, right? So now we know the defect, what is execution flow and what is defect. So you know this defect. Now if we refresh it, it will find the 3 defects, right? So what each defect means, what its defects are. Now you can sort it based on that, who found it, based on high severity and priority. Sorting and searching means filtering them. My manager wants to see only, let's say this create patient module has been fixed, this vital module management has been fixed, somebody developer has changed it. So you come the next morning to office, and you log on with your user ID and you change this status here. If there are 100 defects, sometimes there will be 100, 500 defects, so your job is to find only fixed defect. So it will show me only fixed defect, and okay, then you start doing your testing based on that. So those stages are, state of defect is very important.
So basically, you cannot do following test until he will fix it.
Yes, sometimes yes. Sometimes you can do the rest of the testing even though if it's a major if it's a minor defect, right? If it's a minor defect, it's a low. So do we have a low or a medium? So it's a two criteria. Now clear the criteria. So refresh it. No, we don't have that. Two medium priority or high. Yeah, so we have one high priority defect. It's in open state, nobody has fixed it, so you will not test this thing. By watching at this defect dashboard, you will know what to test, what not to test, what is fixed. All right,
And
So
that's
maybe
it.
now now let's see the graph, how to report. Do you remember the weekly status report we discussed?
Yeah.
How many defects we fixed, how many defects were open
And
state.
you're supposed to give it to your manager.
Yeah, so you need to pull a report from this thing, graph by status. So you see right now how many assigned and status, or pie chart. You can see a pie chart and assign to and sum of actual times, cancel and refresh, assign and priority wise refresh. So if you have more defect, then it would be a proper way to do it. Do you see on this each build how many defects were found? You can see that thing. Let me fixed in the status last 7 days,
So do you
all
print
days.
out this graph or what do
Yeah,
you do?
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you go to the big screen, you can just say this color, and there is a way you can export this one. See, in the HTML document, you can
And
print
how
this
much
thing.
time do you have to fix all this stuff? Like
What
1 hour?
fixed? No, you can spend some significant time, right? If you are preparing a very good report, big report, then you spend like 5, 6, 4, 5 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
not
thought
yeah.
you have to do like very fast, like in 5
No, but
minutes.
if you know all these things, you can do.